Hello everyone, it's just me today, I'm afraid. This is not a video I thought I'd ever have to make, but I'm coming on here at Gary's request just to explain some things to you all. We've been very quiet on socials and YouTube recently, and the reason being is that quite recently Gary suffered a heart attack. More than one actually, but yeah, it's come as a complete shock to us, and it's not something we ever expected. You know, Gary doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke, he keeps fit and active around working, eats healthy. I cook everything from scratch. You know, it's just not something that was ever on our radar. He woke up one morning. He'd had a bit of heartburn a few days before, thought it was because with work he'd been eating late, went to our GP, who is literally sort of a 2-minute walk from here, and explained to him he'd got these chest pains and everything, and the GP basically told him it was acid reflux, heartburn, take some antacids, come back in a fortnight if it doesn't get any better. Gary walked home and came in the door and was explaining this to me, and then just started to sweat up and feel sick, and the pain in his chest got worse. Now, I'm really fortunate. I was born into a family of first aiders. My father used to run a division of St John's Ambulance. He was a superintendent. He's done first aid all his life, and consequently I did first aid all my life, and don't know how, but autopilot dawn kicked in, and I just realised he was having a heart attack, and I just thought, if by the time I've dialed 999 and got an ambulance and so on, I could probably, our hospital's like 5 minutes down the road in the car, I could probably get him there quicker. And if anything was to happen en route, I've got hands-free on the car, I know CPR. Got him to A&E, where they took him straight in, and they did confirm that he had had a heart attack. He was admitted, and I went up to see him a bit later. I was allowed to take some bits up to him, but because of COVID now, you're not really allowed in, so I couldn't go in with him initially. So it was quite a traumatic afternoon for me, not knowing what was happening. And then later on, whilst he was in hospital, I mean, they'd thrown every drug at him. He'd had, you know, everything they could give him to try and help the situation. And later on that afternoon, he had another major episode, which Gary said that he just remembers going really hot, feeling sick, seeing his heart monitor drop right down to virtually nothing, and then everything went black. And the next thing he remembers is hearing distant voices saying, "Stay with us, Gary." And eventually he woke up to find 2 defib pads on his chest and loads of people around him. I spoke to the consultant, who, you know, it was apparently very touch and go. Consequently, he ended up having emergency heart surgery, and he is now home, but it's going to be a long process, a long recovery. The good thing is, because he was fit and healthy before, we're hoping that that will be a major bonus to him getting better and getting back to as near normal as he was before. As you can imagine, this has been a major shock for us, and hence why we've been quiet. Now, we sat and discussed long and hard whether we should make this video or not, but we just felt that, I know we don't normally give out real personal stuff on here, but over the last 3 years-ish that we've been doing this, one of the best things about it is the people we've met or spoken to or interacted with. And we just didn't, we've had so many people who have tagged us recently, or put us on Follow Friday, or have left comments, or there's been people's birthdays, anniversaries, celebrations of some kind, and we haven't responded to any of them because obviously other things have taken over. But we just didn't want people to think we were rude and that we'd just like stepped away from everything. And we just felt we needed to explain well, we didn't need to explain, but we wanted to explain why we've been and will continue to be quiet for a while. We haven't done this for any clickbait or views or any pathetic thing like that. That's not what this is about at all. This is just about explaining what's happened. Yeah, it has been a real shock. It has been really hard, and but thank goodness he is still with us, and for that I'm forever grateful. We just wanted to say thank you to everyone who has supported us over the time, and explain, and also just to say that if any of you get anything that you feel is wrong, go and see somebody, and if you're not happy with what they say, then ask somebody else. And if you do feel that you've got something that you're not sure about, but you think it might be a bit silly to go to A&E, just go, just get it checked, because you just never know. I mean, life just, we never in a million years thought that this would happen to us, or to Gary. So just make sure. And also, for me, it's been something I've been passionate about all my life, and that is that everybody should know how to save a life. Everyone should know how to do CPR. So if you don't know, go and check it out. Go and see if you can find out what to do, what the signs and symptoms are, because it could be the difference between somebody living and dying, and it's just something really important I think we all should know. So we just wanted to say that to you all, and we hope you understand if we're quiet for a while. But you know, it's true that life is short, and life does throw you curveballs, and you never know what is around the corner. So just be kind to each other, be happy, love each other, look after each other, and just enjoy life. That's all I can say. Gary sends his love to everyone, and we will hopefully see you soon. Ironically, we've just found a really good dog sitter, and we had some vlogs planned coming up. We were going to go to this pumpkin patch we'd found and do some Disney-inspired pumpkin vlogs, and we were also in the process of organising a trip to Disneyland Paris, and obviously that's not going to happen now for a while, but Gary getting better is the most important thing here. So what more can I say? Take care everyone, look after each other and be kind. Thank you.